Citizens of the World podcast with Ricardo and E.
All right, Dan.
Popcorn.
For sure. So, again, here we are, world citizens. This is episode dos in the audio format, huh?
Yeah.
So, Rich on the one.
Your boy E on the twos, baby.
This is it. All right, Dan. So, how's it going, E? You doing all right?
Yeah, man, you know, same thing, different day, man. Work, gym,
That's how it
home, and then I get to chop it up with you,
Gym.
man.
Speaking of gym, something that I need to get to, back to one day.
I wasn't even gonna ask you because I knew you ain't been.
No, I'm gonna blame it on you though, because you have all my stuff. I thought we were gonna meet up. I thought we were gonna meet up way earlier than this. You got all my protein, all my subs sitting at your house.
You got clothes,
My
right?
blender.
You got clothes, right?
No, man, I gotta go in fully loaded, bro.
All you need is your body and some clothes, man. All these supplements and stuff.
I need to go. Look, man. Look, I'm making up excuses, but I do
know
need
you
you
are.
to either mail me. I need you to either mail me my stuff, or we'll talk about it offline. Don't worry about it. So,
anywho,
let's get into this. I'm in Athens, Greece. For those of y'all that don't remember that I left Kosovo and why we're doing it in this format, why we're not next to each other. But I'm in Greece, and it's not summer weather as of yet. Meaning you still got to wear a light sweater. So those in Miami, it's like 50s and 60s. So it's time to bring out the long boots, the gloves. It's time to flex. It's time to bring out the North Face.
Rich, I just want you to know you're always next to me in my heart, all right?
Oh, my goodness. All right. So, with that being said, I was staring out the window today at work. And I was imagining myself on the beach instead of at the job.
Right.
And you know what beach in particular I was thinking about? I was thinking about
Turkmenistan?
Phuket.
Oh. Turkmenistan.
So, Turkmenistan. Now, for those of y'all that don't know where the just most beautiful, most eloquent, most what are the words? What are the adjectives for Turkmenistan? It's in Turkmenistan. It's a quaint little country in Central Asia, stuffed between these beautiful exotic nations such as Iran, Afghanistan,
a whole bunch of other
and
states.
and then Uzbekistan to the north, I think, and then I forget who's to the east. Who's to the east? I forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I forget. But
It's another stand, I'm sure.
It's another stand. But I know Iran is to the west and Afghanistan is to the south. Those were the two that I was worried about. So, I wasn't imagining that
Iran.
No, Iran is definitely to the west, like on the side.
I don't know. Let's pull up a map here, buddy.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. Can't be. When you're right, bro. Because to the west is the Black Sea.
Yeah, and
right? It's the Black Sea? Caspian Sea.
Never mind. Caspian
I'm all
Sea.
messed up.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. See, I didn't even know where I was at. So, to the south, direct south, is Iran.
Yeah, you also thought it was a
To the
landlocked
south.
country when we got there.
Well, Ashgabat was. And to the southeast is Afghanistan, to the north, Uzbekistan, and to the northwest in that little corner is Kazakhstan. That's where Borat's from. Yeah. Greatest country on earth, Kazakhstan. And it's okay. So anyway, no, I did not imagine myself in Turkmenistan. I've imagined myself in Phuket in Thailand. Kicked up, drinking some natural juice.
You like that mango juice, don't you?
I like any type of juice, to be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
And there's little juice stands everywhere.
What's that one juice specifically that you wanted me to try when I got to Thailand? It was like, you got to try this fresh juice, bro. Which one was it? Wasn't it the mango juice?
Was it mango juice?
Oh no, it was. You wanted me to try the mango rice in
Mango
any fresh
rice.
juice.
Yes,
Yeah,
any
that's what
fresh
it was.
juice. Yeah, see, I told you. I know me. I like juice. So
Yeah, a good fresh juice is always good, man. It's
and
healthier.
cheap.
It's
It's
better for
cheap. To
you.
be honest with you, man, I was reading an article the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were saying fruit juice is just as bad as any sweet drink you can find with refined sugars.
Well, yeah, because all of like most fruits have a high content of natural sugars.
Yeah. So
That's why fruit's good for you, but you're not supposed to eat fruit late, or you're not supposed to eat too much fruit because it does have a lot of natural sugar in it. But it's natural
yeah,
sugar.
that's what they were saying as well. I didn't know that. It's
Yeah,
natural, but
you know that's
it'll still mess you up though. I didn't
yeah,
know
but
that.
that's why I always eat my fruit early in the morning because I get time to burn that sugar off the right way instead of like letting it sit around.
So the real lesson here is don't do anything because it's all bad for you.
That is not the lesson. All right.
It's
If you want to tell the listeners anything, everything is good in moderation.
in
That's
moderation,
better.
like
In
Thailand,
moderation.
but you never can get
Thai,
enough Thailand.
no, Thailand is only good in moderation. You can definitely have too much
Well,
Thailand.
big
That's
brother,
one
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know what kind of trips you've been on, but
Well,
me and
yeah.
mines have can't get enough of it. I went down
No,
all
I
the way
can't.
south.
I can't get enough of it either. I can't wait to go back. But it's
I
just
went
like
all the way south
when.
to Phuket, and we stayed at a resort, and we stayed on a beach, a private beach. It was nobody there,
Mhm.
white sand, blue water. It was just everything. It was everything. If y'all
That's
ever get a chance, when y'all get to Thailand, stay in the airport, catch the next little plane. What's them little planes called? The single engine planes or the twin engine planes? Cessna.
a
Catch a
plane.
Cessna and straight down to Phuket. When you get there, it's like a completely different world, man. It's a completely
Yeah,
different
that's
world. It's
very
awesome.
true. Very
It's
true. I haven't
awesome.
got a chance to get to Phuket yet,
But
but
you've been to Pattaya, Pattaya.
Pattaya, yeah, and Bangkok. Uh, I've only been to those two. The biggest airport is in Bangkok. So you get to Bangkok, and then you can either stay in Bangkok for a few days, or you can catch a taxi and take an hour and a half ride
I
down to
feel like
Pattaya.
I feel like Bangkok. Okay, so for me, Bangkok, it's a major city like any other city to me. It's just a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
hustle and bustle. You
yeah,
can't walk on the sidewalk. Too many cars. Too
it's
much
definitely one of the
traffic.
major cities.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if you like raunchy stuff, I guess even if you like raunchy shit, Bangkok is still not number one in my book. Go down to Pattaya and get it done
No,
down there.
no, exactly. But if you want to stay in Bangkok, if you're more upper class and you want to stay in a nice big fancy hotel and you like the big cities of the world, stay in Bangkok. You can still find
True,
everything you would anywhere
true,
else.
true, true.
But if you are a single gentleman and you're hanging out with your boys and you are trying to get dirty and grimy, go straight to Pattaya, go straight to Walking Street, and just go to the clubs. This is why I have to take my Thailand in moderation, because when I go, we go to the clubs and we're in the clubs every night we're there.
Yeah,
Like the first time I went, we went to I'm not going to shout this club out because I don't really like the manager anymore. So, well, they got a new manager. When I was there, they had a good manager, but he's not the manager anymore. But we would go to this club and we get our VIP section and everything's like pretty much dirt cheap there. So I'm talking about we go in, get a VIP section for all of us, and you would get the special was like you get 3 bottles of Chivas or 3 bottles of Jack Daniels, and then you get the chasers and the ice and all that stuff, and you get it, and like in all, like we'd spend in USD like $150, and we're just like, yo, we can do this every fucking night.
yeah,
Let's
you
get it.
can. Yeah, you can. That's love
So
right there.
we would literally be in this club till like 4 or 5 in the morning, finish these 3 bottles or waste them, however we do. Once we get to a night where it's like we don't feel like drinking anymore, we just start giving away shots and giving away drinks, just like giving girls shots out the bottle and shit, just like crazy party shit.
Yep, just
And then,
putting it on for the team. And I don't mean to interrupt
oh,
you, but
mm-hmm.
same way you was giving out them shots, I gotta put in the plug. Follow us, follow us, follow us on Instagram, World Citizen Cast, YouTube, World Citizens. Take that, take that, take that. Keep going with it. Keep giving shots.
Come on, Diddy. Come on, Diddy. So, anyway, before I was interrupted by the shot caller, uh, yeah, we'd be in the one club first. We stayed there till like 4 or 5 in the morning. And then there's a club that starts popping like right after that called Flex. Now, if you go to Thailand and you go to Walking Street, make sure you find Flex Club. Also, make sure you find my girl Nanny and tell her that I sent you and she'll hook you up. And if you don't, I'm going to come back over there and we're going to have problems, Nanny. Anyway, we go to Flex and we be in Flex till like 7, 8 in the morning. And then boom, we leave there. Everybody gets their parting gifts. You know, we leave the club and we would go like to a side restaurant, like off the side of the street and just like eat. So we're not getting back to our...
Those are usually the best, but they're usually the most suspect
No.
because you got to make sure you have your Pepto with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's anything. And you know, for all of our travels, anytime you go to a brand new country, your stomach and your body's not used to any of that bacteria in anything that you consume.
True.
So, yes, it could mess you up a little bit.
So if you know you don't have, if you know you don't have an iron stomach, please bring
like
it
your boy over here, because I eats everything, anything. What you need, I'm gonna put it down. Let's go.
Just make sure you have your Pepto though.
Yeah. So you know, we'd end up getting back to our hotel rooms or our Airbnb or our villa or whatever we're staying in. We wouldn't get back there till like almost 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, some other things may or may not happen depending on what kind of parting gift you took home. And then it's just like you won't wake up. Like we won't wake up until like 6 or 7 p.m. the next day, like the later that day. And then it's just like, all right, everybody wake up, get your shit together, like shower, get dressed, let's hit the mall, let's go eat, recuperate ourselves. And then by midnight, 1 o'clock, we're back at the first club doing the same thing.
Doing the same.
I promise you, like we went the first time we was there, I was with for what back at it, bro. Like the first time we went, I was there for like a week and a half. Before that first week was finished, I promise you one morning I woke up pissing Chivas Regal.
It was strong.
It looked like Chivas. It smelled like Chivas.
Strong.
I just didn't taste it.
Ugh.
I didn't taste it. But I could have. It was probably 90% Chivas.
For sure. You wasn't drinking water.
I had some water. You know, I like my water, and you gotta bring yourself down sometimes.
You do.
But this is why I have to take my Thailand in moderation. And not too much.
Well, I guess I just got to take my son in moderation because that's all I was doing was laying out. Kid was in the pool. Go for it, you know, and me, I'm just laid out. At the resort, they had a fire bar, man. They had them Brazilian joints, caipirinhas.
The caipirinhas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Caipirinhas, and then
them things are fire.
And they put this thing called, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's called lychee or something like that.
Leche?
You know what I'm talking about? It's like a fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit it is.
Wait, is it called leeks? No, leeks is
it's
like
Lychee. Lychee.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what it is? Anyway, they chopped.
They didn't have any lychee in patio.
I bet they did, but they they cut it up. They cut it up. If you didn't know no better, you'd think it's like a cross. Like depending on the color, you'd think it was either like a raspberry, like a big ass raspberry, or even some colors. It might even look like a passion fruit, maybe. Mm-hmm. Right. But when they cut it open, it looked like the inside of you never seen like the green coconuts, like the insides of them. It looked like that. So, but they shave it, and they put it in there. So then after you done drank all you drank, and you got the lychee pieces floating in there, you can just chew on it. You probably don't even taste nothing
Yeah.
but the alcohol, but it was fire, bro. It was fire. And wife as the witness, I was drunker than a skunk. Just hey. Then we went out. We did the touristy things. We went to go see Big Buddha. I guess the
Yeah.
Big Buddha, they made that in honor of some earthquake that they had in like the mid 2000s, 2010, I think, something like that. And then
Mm.
we went to go see that. And then if you female, they're gonna make you like if you're wearing short shorts, they're gonna make you cover up. There's like monks and shit there, and like little bald head, little 14-year-old boy monks and shit, the monks in training. They all out there, and it was trippy, man. And then we went somewhere else. We went to go ride elephants. Went to go ride elephants,
Yeah.
feed little monkeys and shit, like feed them. And
Mm.
then what else we did? We saw these hawks or falcons, these big ass birds. They were suspects. They wanted us to like wear the glove and put them on our. I said, no, that's all right, because he looked like he was looking for eyeballs or something. So I was like, I'll just take a picture. You hold him with the leash. you know, what I mean? And then we went to this tiger place, and this tiger place, they got
Yeah.
these tigers all drugged up, and you should see like they have like three tiers. They got like the cubs, like the itty bitty ones, the cute ones and shit. Then they got like the not teenage, more like they still like kids or whatever, but they're still pretty big. They're probably like the size of a Labrador, but you could tell like they nowhere near
Yeah.
full grown. Then you got like the teenage ones where they're like probably the size of a Rottweiler, like a full grown Rottweiler, and
Hmm.
but he's not nowhere near as big as his mom and dad. The mom and dad you can't take pictures with them, but they're drugged up, so you can get like real close to them, and you can see how like these tigers like they blinking extra
Hmm.
hard to like gain they like what the hell am I? Because like they look at you, but they're not looking at you. They're kind of like what the hell is
Yeah.
going on? So anyway, we end up like I guess the line for the babies, everybody want to take pictures with the cubs and shit. So we was like, man, I ain't got all day to wait for this. Let me hang out with the medium size and the bigger ones. So we go over there to them.
Yeah.
We go over there to them. But those they're big, bro. They're big. So and to my amazement was you think because like the cats, the big cats, right? And if you ain't never touched these things, you
Mm-hmm.
think it feel like a house cat, like soft and fluffy. Nah, you touch them, and the second you touch them, you realize that these things are from the jungle because you like your hairbrush. That's how it felt. That's how
Yeah.
it felt like you petting him. It felt like
Yeah. I
they're
know.
they're they're fucking hairbrushes and shit. I was like, dang, I didn't know that. And anyway, the one we were hanging out with, I took a picture with him. I'm hanging out with him, and he's passed out, like laid out on his back. And then my man was like, "Yo, get up on him, man! Like hug him and shit." I said, "Dude, I'm not gonna hug him. What if he wake up?" They're like, "He's not gonna wake up, man. Hang up." And then like I'm already scared, right? So this guy, this Thai handler, this guy goes and plays with his nuts, and it was like, "Don't worry about it, man. He's cool." I said, "Dude, not when he wake up, you doing that shit."
Yeah. He wake up with your hands on his nuts. He gonna wipe your face off.
He's like, "No, man, it's good, it's good." Anyway, I'll put the picture up, but you see,
Oh, did you grab his nuts
no,
too?
I,
Did you
I ain't
grab his
grab
nuts?
his nuts, dog. I just
Oh,
want him.
come
No, I
on.
just if he did wake up, I'm like, look, dude, that's not me. He's right over there. He's the one I was grabbing your nuts, bro. So you can see me take a picture with him, but I'm still ready to run if need be. You
Yeah.
know. So we took pictures with him,
Yeah.
and there was another one in the pool. We took a picture with him, so that was a real cool experience. All that, and then we left a lot on
No.
the.
Yeah. That definitely.
I felt like we left a
That's
lot on the
definitely a
bone
dope
still. We
experience.
still left a lot on the bone because we had the kid with us, and because you could do all types of like
Yeah.
water activities and scuba diving and all this other good stuff. So I'm definitely gonna go back. And then there's another island that they said down that way, PP Island. I guess James Bond had made a movie down there. So, and it's like crazy exotic. Right now, they actually closed it. Let me Google this, but they actually closed PP Island because they said
Yeah.
something about tourists were messing it up as far as like trash and stuff like that. So that's definitely on the list. And then next time I go to Thailand, I definitely would like to go north this time, closer to China. I would like to go to like have a mountain vacation. That's what I'm getting into. Like the older I get, I turned 30 this year. So I'm not saying that I'm old, but I'm just saying that like I've done the summer beachfront vacation. I'd like to check out like some scenic shit. Like wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Wake up in the morning and I catch like a parrot on monkey or parrot just chilling there, like some exotic animal that you don't ever see, but stay up in the hills somewhere, just chilling, just chilling. I'm just having
Yeah.
my morning tea, morning coffee, whatever, what have you, and just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it's just chilling, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of vacation I want to do it, and either Thailand or Costa Rica, Colombia, something like that, like a mountain vacation. I've never done that before. So that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, that does sound pretty dope.
That's what I'd like to do. And then I don't know if you've been following the news. Your boy Trumpito went out to Vietnam, to Hanoi, to go meet up with
Oh, Kim Jong.
with Kim Jong Un. But I guess they didn't agree on nothing. So he just came back. And as everybody know, North Korea is somewhere that they say, I've never been, but they say it's just completely backwards.
Yeah.
And somewhere that we've both been that's completely backwards at times
Fucking
is
Twilight Zone.
Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan.
Yeah.
That place by far is the weirdest place I've ever been in my travels.
While we were
In my
there,
travels.
our nickname for that place was the Twilight Zone.
It was the Twilight Zone, man.
Nothing
They got this
made sense.
They got this eccentric president. So they
He's a
give you a
dictator.
little
He's not
background
a
on it.
president. He's a dictator.
So to give a little background on Turkmenistan, they got their independence in the early 90s after the Soviet Union fell. So they got this first president, and he ruled the nation from independence from like 91, 92, all the way up until his death in 2006. Now, this is where the story gets a little funny. So when this guy, the first president, was in power, he changed all the days and the months on the calendar to like names that he liked. So he changed like Monday to his mama name.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday would be like his dog's name. And then like the months, same thing would apply. Like he would just change up everything. Everybody got to learn it that way. And apparently, though, Turkmenistan was a good place to be because I know people that were there during those days, and they said it's like the Wild Wild West. It was wide open. There was gambling all over the place. There was nightclubs all over the place. It was crazy in those days, right?
Yeah, I heard the 90s
So anyway,
over there was fucking perfect.
Yeah, it was great. And then they had like a big heroin problem over there too when he was president. Anyway, let the good times roll. So he up and dies in 2006, but he up and dies after his dentist, like, I don't know, fixes a cavity or something. I don't know. And he dies shortly after that visit. And that dentist is now the president of the nation today. So fishy? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Sounds pretty fishy to me.
And so since he's been in power, so we're in 2019, he's going on 13 years in power. Since he's been in power, this guy has like reversed everything the last president did. So number one thing,
like a whole 180, bro.
180, right? So first thing he did was he changed the days of the week back to Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday, how you want to look at it, and January to December. And with that, he also what was he do? He shut down all the clubs.
Yeah.
All the but three are still open to this day. But he shut down
Hmm.
all the casinos and
No
all the
more
clubs. So
casinos,
when
no
you so
gambling.
imagine you going to Vegas today and all the casinos and stuff are still like the lighting, the neon lights, the like all of that is still there on Vegas Boulevard,
Yeah, all the
but
buildings are the same. It's just
they're the
now like
same.
convenience stores instead of
They're all
casinos.
grocery stores. So the Caesar's Palace is a giant Walmart now. Okay. And right across the street at the Flamingo Hotel, that's Target. And then down the street from there again is
It's
another
Costco.
Walmart. It's Costco. It's Kmart. But you
That's
would think,
exactly what
oh,
it was, dog. When I
yeah,
got there and I'm riding in the car on my way to my apartment, I'm riding through and I'm asking the TL, I'm like, yo, well, like, are these buildings like are those a club? He chuckles. He's like, nah, man, that's a store. It's like, what kind of store is that? He was like, just like a grocery store. I was like, all of them? He was like, yeah, all of them. And then the driver's just like cracking up, like, yeah, bro, like the clubs are all downtown and there's only like three of them. So have fun. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah, and he wasn't lying. It wasn't
No,
lying.
not
And they're
lying at all.
everywhere. And the best I can make someone that's never been like imagine is like going to Vegas, where the entire city, especially the main strip, was nothing but casinos and with all the same decorations on the outside with the neon lights, just pan glass all up in the storefront or whatever. But when you go up in there, it is selling groceries. Now, I know the next question would be, well, because I gave you the I gave you the example that the Caesar's Palace would be Walmart and the MGM Grand would be Target. That's not the case, my friend. All these
No,
grocery stores sell the same thing.
the exact same thing.
Like, no. Don't understand. Like, of course, yeah, Walmart got bread, Target got bicycles, just like Walmart does. No, my
Yeah,
friend. All of them have the same products. So, and
exactly.
and at the same price point. It's not like you go over here and it's cheaper there.
No,
Or
it's the
you
same
go,
shit.
it's the same. So I guess it's convenient, but it doesn't really help
Yeah,
with
because they
variety.
are all over the place, and it's not nowhere near like the uh the products that they have. If you want to compare it to anything that we can think of back in the states, think of any local regular degular corner store, not the 7-Eleven, just
Yeah,
like the off brand name
yeah,
corner store in your neighborhood.
with the
You
Shaq
go in
soda.
there and you might be able to find some shit. You might be able to get some milk if they got it. It's like
Yeah,
that.
if they got it. That's like that. If they got it. So yeah, you bounce around from shop to shop because this one might have ran out of milk and this one got milk. But if you think, I
Yep.
like going to this one because it's got this and no. It's when the delivery comes and they're all fully stocked,
Yeah.
it's all the same.
Bro,
Right?
do you remember when we all moved, well, when y'all moved to those big apartments, those new apartments and shit,
Yeah.
and we found that store right down the hill that had all its products came from Dubai and like it
Yeah.
had
The
all
one I used to
types of
shop at.
American products in there.
Yeah.
Bro, when we found that store, they could not keep us out of that store at all. So they had all the seasonings and dressings and sauces you needed for your food. They had they had
And
Oreos. When I saw the
well,
Oreos, we
you
lost
lost your
our
mind.
shit.
Did you hear
Lost it.
I saw Matt recently. He told me that they banned and every other day there's a new rule. So
Oh yeah.
recently I heard they just banned uh like hair dye, like what is it? Blonde hair dye. They don't want no more blonde hair in the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That president, like the president they have, he's just like he's going off his bunkers. Like when we was there, we would say like he would wake up in the morning and while he's brushing his teeth, just think,
Yeah.
that'd be a good law to make. Let's do that.
Like the
No more
car
blonde
thing.
hair.
The car thing too.
Oh yeah.
What was his favorite
Yeah.
color? His
White.
favorite color, the color white. Yes, sir. It was the color white.
So many white cars.
And no, it's not so many white cars. It's only white cars now.
Really?
Look it up, brother. He only allows white cars. You were
Wow.
driving around with any other colored car, you run the risk of either confiscation or a hefty fine.
Mm. Do you remember when we was there? The other rule that they had was your car couldn't be dirty. So you'd see people
Oh,
just
they're
like
clean
scrubbing
cars.
their cars daily.
Clean
If
cars.
you had a dirty car, that meant that you was some way, somehow linked to some kind of terrorism, and you was going to use that car as a bomb or some shit like that. Like
He
he
wants it
wanted no
clean.
dirty cars on the road.
He wants it
If
clean. You
your
gotta
car
give
was
him credit for
dirty, you're
that.
getting pulled over.
You gotta give him credit for that because the city was clean.
No. The city was very
The
clean.
city was clean. You gotta
They
give him
literally
that.
had people out there sweeping the streets with brooms daily.
Daily. And I'm
Literally.
talking
That
every
is not
corner.
a comparison. That is a literal thing that happened. We've seen it every day coming home from work.
Yeah.
You'd see little old ladies covered up in terry cloths and shit just out there with an actual broom made from straw
Yeah.
sweeping the streets.
Old
And
school
then the water
joints.
truck will come down and just like wash it all off.
Wash it all off all the time. And this is a landlocked country and they're
It was crazy.
just blowing water all over the place all the time. But and you remember they was talking about who was telling me this? Somebody was telling me that they planted these evergreens all over the city. Remember that? They planted these evergreens
The
all
what?
over these evergreens. Remember? The evergreen
Oh
tree.
yeah. When they was planting their own trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they planted, and then like somebody was saying that they planted so many trees that they were changing the climate of the area, like from a desert climate to a forest climate. I don't know who I heard that from. I was like, I don't know about that one, bro. But there were a lot of trees. He wanted to get some green in there, and he knew that.
Yeah, because they're literally like they were literally like a desert area at first,
Yes.
and then they just came through and just like started. Atta, my boy Atta told me that. I remember me and Atta were just hanging out, and he wanted to like he just got his new Opel. I mean that was his baby.
Hmm.
He loved that car. He pimped it out and everything. He had just got it. He was like, "Yo, bro, let's go for a ride." So we're riding around the city, and he's taking me out into like the wilderness, getting close to the mountains. And as we're riding around, like you see all these deserty fields, and you just see people out there planting trees. And he was like, "Yeah, we're trying to get away from the desert and try to plant more evergreen to get, more color here and shit." I was like, "All right, bro. I guess you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta
You
do
want
what you gotta
trees,
do,
plant
man.
trees, I guess."
But
But
evergreens,
the
because I guess
whole
evergreens are
city,
low maintenance. Yeah, they're low maintenance, so don't need much water. Makes sense. Makes sense. And what was another trippy thing? They used to have like crazy architecture down there, like golden lions and marble buildings. It's like the world.
yeah, it was a
It's
lot of architecture going on
yeah,
over there.
but you can't take picture of half of it. Like if you pull out your camera and start trying to pose and take a picture, the police, there'll be like some police officer that you ain't see in the cut. He'd run over to you and be like, "Hey, let me see that camera." Like, you couldn't take pictures of shit while you were over
Man, you
there.
couldn't take pictures of nothing over there.
You can't take pictures. What else? They didn't get much black people, so we were a
No,
commodity.
because when we got there, it was you like we felt like superstars just walking down the street or walking
Well,
through the
and
mall.
all right, so listen to
People
this,
would
right?
like run up to us.
For those that don't know me, I am the regular average fucking guy. Shit, maybe even below average. I'm 5'7". I hover around 165 to 180, depending on what day of the week you get me on. If I had like maybe after Thanksgiving, I'll be pushing after 180. But most of the time, I'm like 165, 170. Regular little dude. Man, motherfuckers asking me, am I a boxer? Am I a wrestler? Am I a rapper? They were asking me all types of shit. I was like, dude, I'm just here to work. They're like, work? They wouldn't buy that story.
What are you working here for?
Yes.
No, didn't buy it at
They didn't
all.
buy that story.
Like, no
And
way. You gotta
you
be
get
shaming.
E. No, and E, you got E 6'4", just 200, 260 pounds. And they're just like, they just thought he was Godzilla. They thought you was Godzilla, man. Coming to tear
First
their
of all, I'm
down.
6'5", nigga. Get my shit right.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
6'5",
I'm sorry.
and I'm pushing 280 right now. That's because your boy I ain't been acting right.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm gonna get it back down to the 250, 260.
Yeah, but you get down there, man. You are a superstar down there. I remember I had this one time I was walking. I don't remember where I was coming from, but I was walking And on my way, I think I was walking home. I was coming from the park or something. I was walking home, and some guy with his kid. His kid had to be like 8 or 9, and he's like, "Please take a picture with my son." And I was like, "Are you serious? Like, take a picture with my son, please." And you can see the kid's eyes, like, "Please take a picture with me." It's like, I need proof that I was with a black guy. I need proof. They'll never believe me. And I was just like, I think I was feeling good that day. I was like, all right, I'll take a picture with you. Usually I didn't play alone. Like in the beginning I did.
Yeah.
In the beginning I did. But then towards like
That's when it was like it felt good to us when we first got there. When we first got there, it felt really good to be walking around in this unknown place
yeah.
and people to like be running up to us. Like we felt like celebrities for a little while. And then a couple of months in, it's just like then we really felt like celebrities. Like we were sitting at a table at the bar and we was eating some food. And like in the distance, Rich sees like a group of young boys, not no R. Kelly type shit or no Michael Jackson type shit, but it was like a group of students, and it was like 4 or 5 little dudes, and you could see them like arguing, like who's gonna come over and ask to take a picture with us, and just like we see you coming from a mile away, and it's like we finish our food, and as soon as we stand up, little dude runs over like, yo, can we get a picture? And I'm like, all right, bro, yeah, come on, let's hurry up.
Yeah,
and
right?
Rich is like, nah, you know what? I'll take it for you. I'll take it for you. Don't worry about it. Oh, y'all get in there.
Yeah, and
like,
they was loving
it.
They was loving it. I remember that. That's when we first got there. I was loving it. But towards the end, I wasn't showing nobody no love. They was like, "Yo, can I get out of my face?" No. I remember I caught somebody nasty trying to take a picture of me one time. I was sitting in the mall. And then like I don't know, I was just vibing. I don't know what I was doing, but then I just like caught out the corner of my eye. So imagine it's like a square, right? Like it was a square type bench, and I'm sitting on one end of the bench, and my dog's sitting like I'm sitting on the west end, and my man's facing north. So he's like to my right, and he's like trying to act like he's trying to get a selfie. And then I turn around, like right when he about to hit, snap. I turn around right there, and he want to act like, "Oh, hello. I'm like, "Come on, man!" And he got up and left. He got up.
Yeah, them dudes, they really try to do that shit. Like the one time when we was going to the gym, and like I'm in the locker room trying to change clothes because we come straight from work, so I'm trying to change clothes out of my gear and put my workout stuff on, and I see a little dude like he takes his phone and puts it up to his ear, and he's pretending to talk on it. And he's pacing back and forth, but every time he turns to pace the other way, he makes sure he switches his phone to the other ear so that it's still facing me. Yeah, but the dumbass doesn't realize that he has the fucking flash on. So I'm sitting here looking at him like, "Come on, bro. What are you doing? Like, get out of here. I'm trying to get naked in the locker room and you're recording me, bro. Get out of here, you perv."
Oh, that place was trippy, man. But you know what I realized about that place?
Twilight Zone, bro.
See, we dogging a lot. But what I realized about that place was that people are people everywhere. And what do I mean? What do I mean by that?
People are always going to be people.
People are always people in the sense of, okay, you got this dictator, you got this oppressive government over you with all these rules. Like, just to make sure that y'all understand what I'm talking about here, there's a curfew, like a nationwide curfew at what, midnight? 11 o'clock, essentially.
11.
Yeah, 11, where the streets are shut down, meaning like there's only certain roads that were open. The rest of the residential streets, there'd be a cop on those streets asking you, "Where the hell are you going? You need to go home." And there was only like, what, 1 or 2 designated spots, after hour spots that you can hang out at. Yep. You know what I mean? So when you are hanging out with those people, sometimes they want to keep the party going. So on the low, you might end up at their house or they come to yours, but you go through the front door, and then if you're coming to your house, and then they got to come through the back door and come kick it. And then they won't leave your house till like 8 in the morning, like when there is traffic in the city and nobody can tell them nothing. And even then, when you coming in through the front door, like in the lobby, because like the way these apartments are set up, like the newer apartments, they got a lobby with a security person there, an old lady most of the time, and she
Yeah, I was about to say it's not even security. It's some old lady that lives in the
that lives in
building,
the building,
just willing to snitch on
and
people.
she snitches, man. But you can like I said, people are people everywhere. You can bribe her with chocolate. You get nice with them, you bribe them with chocolate, and then
Oh
some of
yeah,
them don't care.
oh yeah. At my building, we used to buy the big bag of little like the miniature
Yeah,
Snickers and just like take them down there. But, when I got there, I was single, so I had to go. I had to go fishing every night. But over there, like that dictator, again, once he got in office, he like this. I don't really know if this rule was true, but it was very, very like known. Like everybody gave this to us that the females of that country could not be seen talking to. I don't know if it was just a black American or like full blown American, but the women couldn't be caught talking to us or like coming to our apartments
uh, I
because
heard that was a
then
countrywide rule.
they would be yeah, that's what I heard too. They like if they got caught messing around with us, they would be
It's
seen as
prostitutes, tagged
prostitutes
as
and
prostitutes.
they would be taken into jail. Like they would go get taken to jail as a prostitute. And like this is why we would have to sneak company in through the back doors because the door ladies would like snitch or and they
And
would
then
just
you got
have people come knocking on our
then you
doors
got,
like, yo, who's in
and it
here?
ain't just people, the police, bro. And I remember,
Yeah, the police or the immigration company or like the immigration
yeah,
officers.
they come in
Because yeah, they would
and
come
what's
knocking
going on in
too.
here? Do you remember that one time this one chick tried to set me up, and she was like the weakest setup ever. Like we were walking through the mall again, and and
The
yes,
ugly chick. I
we were
remember
walking through
her.
the mall.
I
We were walking
remember
through the
her.
mall, and this chick looked beat. And she come over and she's like, "Hey, do you want a party?" And I'm like, "What?" She, she was like, "Yeah, do you
No.
want a party? You should call me if you want a party." And she just give me her number on the stick. Like I said, "Oh, I'm Christian. I go to church." And she looking at me like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I like to pray."
And then he tries to pawn her
Yeah,
off on
I
me.
think he likes to party.
Nope. I'm sorry. I'm married. I can't do that.
I'm married to Jesus. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no. Shorty looked real
Oh,
busted.
she looked busted.
And like, I'm just thinking, like, if you're going to send some spies over here to try to get at us, like, at least know what we like.
Come on,
Send a better
come
looking
on. She
chick.
looked
Like,
beat.
do we look like
You know who she
dudes?
looked
Like,
like? You know who
nah,
she
come
looked
on,
like?
son. Like,
And throw this on the YouTube video. Sarah Huckabee, bro. That's who she looked like, dog. The lady who be lying for Trump, the media lady, the
mm.
spokesperson or whatever her name is, what she does. Anyway, she looked like her on a bad day. So I'm just like, nah, you're gonna have to So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
nah,
like I
get
said,
out of here.
man, we met a lot of people down there, and I just realized that people will be people, and even when you put all these rules against
No
them,
matter where
yeah,
you
all
go.
these rules, they'll still figure out to get done what they want to get done. They'll still, I saw
Yeah,
people smoking weed over there, and it's very very tight drug laws over there. And I saw people
very
smoking
tight.
weed over there, and I heard heroin was readily available. I mean, Afghanistan's right down the street, so I only imagine that they had all the heroin in the world. And what else? What else did I see over there? Uh, I saw everything.
No, even though they had that law in effect,
Yeah, I saw everything
even
under
though
the
they had that
sun.
law in effect, the girls
Yeah,
still
the girls
talked.
did their thing. Dudes was into regular activities. Those that were into fitness. Those that was into cars. Although they had to only have a white car, but those was into cars. Like it was just like underneath all that bullshit, there was still a whole regular life going on. Like
Yeah,
any
a lot of steroid
well,
usage over there too. Like I got offered steroids
it
a
was
couple of
all the
times in the
Russian
gym.
dudes that was over there because they speak Russian. There, I told you they were part of the Soviet Union.
Yeah,
So yeah, a lot of the
yeah.
dudes
They speak more Russian than
were
they do
walking.
anything else. They speak Russian and they speak their own language, which is called it's just Turkmen. And then some other people they are multilingual and know other languages also, but Russian and Turkmen
Yeah,
are the
the two
two
big ones.
main
They're the two big ones.
languages.
Boya
Boya
boya.
boya.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, so
All in all, that place, it it wasn't bad, and I like it. And I was just saying to Ray today, I was like, man, I go back, but I'm mostly going back for Sheshlik. I miss the
what's
Sheshlik,
Sheshlik?
bro.
So Sheshlik apparently it's something from that region. That whole Caspian
Yeah,
region. What if you touch Caspian Sea, you got it
yeah. It's basically like their version of like cooking out on the grill, but it's literally like they cook it right over
over
top
the
of the fire,
fire. But there's a
and it's
special
just like
wood that
some
they
of the
use,
best stuff. That's what Sheshlik translate to. It translate to over the fire or on the fire or something like
but
that.
with wood, because that's where they get the
So
flavor
basically,
from.
it's
I
like
don't even
barbecue, but
know.
it's
I don't know
just
the name of the
good
tree that
food.
they're burning, the wood that they're burning, but that's where you get that flavor from. At least that's how I understood it. It's really good.
Yeah.
You get lamb. You can get chicken. Can you get beef? I don't know if there's beef shashlik, but lamb and chicken. I think those are the two.
No, I don't remember any beef sheshlik, but they also, even though they were uh kind of like converted Muslim country, they still like had pork because I used to get the pork spare ribs and them things with fire. I'm talking about the size of my
Yeah, I don't
fucking
know what kind of
forearm.
I
I
don't know
get
what
two
kind
of
of
them
pigs
bad
those were.
boys.
Those big ass ribs for sure. They're- they're-
Yeah, they were. I'm telling you, it was dinosaur ribs, man.
those big ribs. Spread the word, man. Share, share, share. Subscribe.
Yes,
Share the word.
yes.
Spread the word.
Yes.